So I'm an adoption worker. I'm an adoption service provider, a caseworker, whatever you want to call me. I hope I'm good. I hope I'm helpful. I hope I'm supportive of families. I hope that I get things done quickly and, with a good attitude. What are some of the things, I guess if you wanted to mold me and tell me what I need to be doing, what should I be doing to help people through this whole process? What do good caseworkers do? What are some things that maybe you would wish your adoption service provider would have done for you that maybe they even didn't?
I would just like to know that I was more than just a number, just a case log. I was one of the whatever, you go onto the website or whoever you're working with, and you want to be more than a number. You want to know that if your caseworker saw you out in public somewhere in your family, they would know you, embrace you, just know what's going on with you in your life. And it's a very personal working relationship. And it's not just, we're due to meet every 3 months, 6 months, and we run through the checklist, and then I'm not going to see you again or hear from you again, until that time frame. Just that there was a genuine love and concern, because really you're the experts in knowing how to manipulate the system and navigate us through it. And we're just naive and don't know what's going on, and it's just overwhelming. And I think just knowing that if there was someone there that had their doors open for that communication, just when I was having a bad day with where are we going? Is this the right choice? Just somebody to even talk to. It would have helped me a lot.
I think that with that I think it's important as a caseworker, at least I would feel like it's important as a caseworker to remember that just because you've done it 1,000 times doesn't mean that we know what you're talking about. And just because you know what placement looks like doesn't mean that we know what placement looks like. And just because you know all the legal things doesn't mean that we know all the legal things. And so sometimes, and as a nurse, I find that I have to do that too, that I have to remember that patients aren't going to get what I'm talking about in nursing terms, and that they're not just going to know that this is what's going on. So I would say that somebody who's willing to handhold almost, who's willing to educate me and to help me be successful in being a person and in the adoption world has been the biggest thing. And then I'm always looking also for caseworkers or agencies that work really well with birth moms and provide that support on both ends, and that they don't just
it's not like a transaction.
That they don't just court birth moms in order to do placements, that they're really interested in making sure that my birth mom's successful through the entire process and afterwards.
That's what I would add, just support for birth moms and adoptive couples. And my story might be different than another adoptive couple's story, but it doesn't make one of ours right and one of ours wrong. So just be understanding of everybody's situation, and find someone that you can connect with, because there's a lot of questions, a lot of paperwork you have to fill out, and I always felt like I had to go over them all the time, one after another. And so I feel like there needs to be some sort of connection and some sort of friendship there, so you can have those conversations, and some of them are hard to have, and you just need to be open with everything.
I know that I appreciate in my clients, even though it does maybe is a little more time consuming and stuff, that they ask questions, and I appreciate clients that understand my situation, that I'm working with a lot of families, I'm doing a lot of things, and just to know that I might need a little kick in the pants to say, hey, look at me for who I am every once in a while. I wish I wasn't like this all the time, or I'm not like it all the time, but I do see that there's times where I do get into the rut of this is just a job, because it is a job, but when sometimes a family wakes me up and says, I really need some support here, and they're not mad at me or anything. They just, okay, we're doing this together, and I think I appreciate that. I think that as an adoptive parent, I appreciate caseworkers that will communicate, that will let you know what's happening when it's happening, that clarify things, that say, okay, is this really what you want me to do? Is this where you want me to go? Those kind of things. Because you do need a lot of good communication. especially if they're going to be a go-between. Between, especially if you're working in like an agency situation, caseworkers need to be really good at being a middleman if they're going to be a middleman, because that's a tough situation to be in, and they need to be really good at it.